When we watch a film, there is often a desire to look deeper than the surface to find meaning and significance. Surface is often situated against the binaries of depth and structure, but as Victoria Kelly suggests, what might we find if we stop at the surface and consider it in material and metaphorical terms? After all, the spectator's first point of contact with film is through the surface of the cinema screen. But if we linger on the surface, what might we find? Laura Marks proposes that haptic looking tends to move over the surface of its object, rather than to plunge into illusionistic depth, not to distinguish form so much as to discern texture. Consequently, texture in film can be viewed as a method of creating sensation by evoking the embodied mind of the spectator to establish depth and meaning. Take this moment from Eraserhead. The gritty, hard textures shown arouse our sense of touch, while at the same time relates to the equally severe mood of the film. So how is texture created in film? Texture can be found in many formal aspects of film, such as mise-en-scène, cinematography, editing, and sound. It is the composition of these individual strands that work together to create a textured thickness that invokes a response from the viewer. Furthermore, Lucy Fife Donaldson demonstrates that we comprehend the fiction with help from our knowledge of the real world and the nature of the relationship the film asks us to take to it, something like the address or mood of the film. With this in mind, I will now look at Jonathan Glazer's 2013 film Under the Skin and discuss how its textures portray both the alien and the feeling of alienation, which contribute to the overall mood of the film. The character of the alien is situated in a human environment, and the textures associated with the alien work to convey their non-human identity. Details in costume and makeup help create the texture of the alien. The fake fur jacket is rough and coarse, conveying its synthetic nature. Additionally, the thick waxiness of the lipstick builds up the false identity that the alien is portraying. Although we cannot touch sound, it still contributes to the texture of a film. The score that has been playing this entire video is a combination of different layers of synthetic strings. Each note played is an individual thread that builds and condenses to create a material quality. These synthetic notes are sustained far beyond the realms of what is humanly possible, thereby strengthening the idea of falseness surrounding the alien. Artificiality in the character of the alien is further conveyed through the textures of the spaces they occupy. The black void the alien lures her victims to is absent of any texture, showing only reflection, a false image that creates an illusion of depth. Constructing the alien with textures that create a sense of falseness emphasizes their juxtaposition within the human world. Texture evokes a response from the spectator, who has a catalogue of embodied memories which can convey the perception of touch, whereas the alien is without mimetic faculty and is experiencing a human world for the first time. As the film progresses, the alien observes and experiences the textures of humanity. This club scene evokes a busy texture by creating a dense materiality, combining the elements of sound, lighting, colour and shape to express the substance of humanity. It is in complete contrast with the black void that is the alien's environment. Throughout the film, the alien begins to feel more human, and the texture created through editing highlights this. These scenes depict the alien being enveloped by the natural world. The layering of different textures, both on screen and the individual images that are weaved together in the editing process, enhance the density of the film's surface. Collectively, the textures shown in the details on screen and through the formal aspects of the film all contribute to the depiction of the alien and the film's overall feel of alienation.